All right. Another bonus podcast. Tucker, I need you to hit
Let's
mute
do
too.
it.
We got a little reverberation going on coming for you, so hit that mute button. We are joined by the Carolina kids, Tucker Holloway and Stephen Gosnell. Stephen Gosnell is a 6'2" senior out of Pilot Mountain, North Carolina, by way of the University of North Carolina. He has 16 catches this year for 223 yards, good for 13.9 yards per catch. Best game of his career so far this last week, 6 catches, 75 yards. And he did ask if this interview was going to be over FaceTime when we scheduled it. So no FaceTime over here. We are official, like tissue, as the kids say. And then Tucker Holloway, look, you know Tucker. He's been holding it down on punt return, which Virginia Tech ranks second in the ACC with 13.5 yards per return. Welcome to the show, you two. How are we doing? Tucker, how's it going? Nice hat. Knew you'd show up with a nice hat.
Yes, sir. Doing great, man. It's great to be back on. Just love being on this podcast and working with you. So, yeah, doing awesome. Great to be back on.
Stephen Gosnell, how are you, man? It's got to almost be time for a haircut.
Listen, I'm doing great, but this hair is not getting cut throughout the season. Not shaving either, not till I get a ponytail. But yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on. I see all y'all stuff. I love y'all stuff on social media. So yeah, be on to chop it up a little bit. I'm definitely excited.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I know you guys both stopped in for a Virginia slice at Benny's today. I would ask you how it was, but Stephen and I were chatting it up. Tucker, I know you touch all the bases. You go to Sunsets, you try all the restaurants, you do it all. Stephen has never been to Benny's, so this was his first experience at Benny's. So I need the full review, Stephen. Give me how was it? How was the experience?
It was a good experience. I think I've been around there before. I just ain't never had the pizza. Like, I've never seen a pizza slice that big. I was like, oh man, but it was pretty good pizza. If I'm giving it like a rating, it's probably gonna be like a 7-1, which isn't bad. But overall, good experience there.
I got to tell you, the score absolutely goes up as the time gets later and later, and the time awake goes later and later. So, just make sure you hit that mute button, Steven, because I'm getting you. What do you got? You got like a 1996 Mac? What kind of computer are we rocking, Steven?
It's the computer they gave me when you come to school. It's what is it, a Dell? That's what they gave me.
We need a Mac NIL deal for Stephen Gosnell. We got to make that happen.
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is I went to do that thing at Benny's today, and I had zero intention of eating any pizza. And by the time I left, I had eaten like 2 whole pieces, and they're massive.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know.
Zero intention, but
I don't know if you guys know. I did eat pizza off of the ground this weekend at the football game. It did have a
rule. 5-second rule.
No, it was on the ground for way longer than 5 seconds.
Then it's a 50-second rule.
It was not my pizza, and it was on the ground for way more than 5 seconds. But I'd do it again. I said it last time. So look, Hokie fans, any Benny's, anytime, call them up. Blacksburg, Charleston, Pittsburgh, Richmond, Charlottesville, wherever. Order a pie. Mention Sons of Saturday. You get $5 off of your pie. What an incredibly fun weekend in Lane Stadium this was. An absolute blast. Lots of positivity to talk about. But first, I want to talk about the body language. I want to talk about the swagger. I want to talk about the moxie. Through the first 4 weeks, very transparently, my biggest concern necessarily wasn't the final score, offense or defense. It was the body language. And these past 3 weeks, I have loved the brand of football that you've played. You walk different. You celebrate differently together. You carry yourselves differently. Stephen, can you tell me a little bit about what it went into that? Because just visually, if you don't look at the score, you don't look at the stats, you don't look at anything, and you just look at how you guys walk and talk and interact, it's completely different.
Yeah, that's actually a great point you brought up, because I remember that Marshall game. One of the biggest things our coaches brought up was like, when we're doing good things, like we're not getting excited enough and stuff like that. we're not walking around like we own stuff and stuff like that. So I think after that game, that was the biggest thing that I think we needed to fix. We needed to have energy. So I remember the next couple of weeks at practice, it was just an energetic practice. Like every time somebody's making a play, we're celebrating, things like that. And then it's been the mentality like throughout the play, like people finishing runs, like KD, like when you see him run the ball, he's not looking to avoid nobody. He's lowering his shoulder. So I think that that's contagious throughout the whole offense and the team, changing their mindset and how they're approaching, and having that like hammer mindset throughout the team.
No, it's fun watching. It's fun watching Kyron run the ball because he's only concerned with getting 10 yards and then running over whoever he can find. But Tucker, I want to talk to you about this offseason. We talked about the wide receiver room, working to get chemistry with both quarterbacks. So you spent a lot of time with Kyron just through that. Where would you say he has made the biggest leap from the beginning of fall camp to this week now, where he's fourth in the country in PFF?
Yeah. So first thing that comes to mind, and this might be a little bit selfish, but it's something that I think about because I ended up with the ball. So let me just like look at one play. We can literally look at one play and look at the way that he's grown and developed as a quarterback, from the spring to the fall to the season. I remember in the spring he was still trying to kind of like figure everything out, figure out the offense, go through his reads, and then the fall camp got better and better. And then like now, I know that it was a big time play that he made in the game, but when he threw that over route to me towards the end of the game against Wake this past weekend, like that's the last read in that play. Like I'm the backside receiver, coming across the field. It's a field concept. He's reading first and then coming all the way back to the backside of me. And if that wasn't me, like I'm not trying to say because it was me, but whoever that was, like that's an awesome play. And I think that a lot of other people have already highlighted that play. But to see a quarterback go through those type of reads and come all the way back to his last read and hit a guy coming across the field, when the motion of the play is going to the field, it's just really cool to see. And I think it's been something where he's gained confidence because of it, just going through his reads and the progressions. But then also just it encourages the rest of the guys to make sure that they're getting their job done, because when you got a quarterback who goes through all his reads, you never know when the ball can come to you. And so it makes us compete at a higher level as far as just, a lot of times you're on the backside of something, you may just want to take a play off. But when you got a quarterback who can extend the play like that, and make those reads go through his progression and hit, a third, fourth guy read coming across the field, something like that. Like that's you're playing big time ball then, and that's why he's done so well, and he's making big time plays like he is.
I think what's been interesting this year, and I'd love to hear y'all both talk about this. We'll start with you, Stephen. But basically, right when the season starts, you lose Nick Gallo, you lose Ollie Jennings, two leaders of the team and two of probably the more productive players on the team. Can you tell me what kind of role they have played from a leadership standpoint as, a lot of young guys who maybe weren't thinking they were going to play a lot or really even play at all have now had to step into critical roles. So what has their role been, even though they're not able to contribute on the field on Saturdays or Thursdays?
Yeah, I guess I'll start with this one. Yeah, it's definitely impressive what they're doing for how limited they are physically. Like Gallo, he just started walking without crutches. He's my roommate, so it's been easier him getting around on his own now. But yeah, he comes to the hotel on Fridays before the game. He travels with the team on the uncomfortable plane. He's always motivating guys, like clapping it up and everything. And Ollie's the same way. He's always in our position meetings, and if he sees something like in practice you can correct or something, he's gonna say it to the younger guys. And from a mentality standpoint, he's always giving his thoughts of like, all right, what can we do better mentally wise, and then like what other on the game, and things like that. So I think both of them, have definitely provided their presence. What I'm saying, their feel, them just being there helps a lot.
I'm going to switch it for you, Tuck. With the success over these last few weeks, I would be remiss not to ask you about the first 4 weeks. And I think there is a disconnect between fans thinking that what they say exists in an echo chamber. And you understand this, like with performance, people react to it. So I'm not saying that it's incorrect, but as a team, your culture and your togetherness is really, really tested when everybody has something negative to say about you guys, about your coaches, about everything. So how are you guys able to not pay attention to any of that and then come out and get to the team that you guys are now from the Pittsburgh game to going to Florida State and playing admirably and beating Wake Forest? How are you guys able to push through that adversity and not let all of the outside noise get to you guys?
Yeah, the biggest thing, and this is preached in all of our meetings. It's preached in our team meetings. It's preached in our position meetings. It's just like who we got is who's inside this room, and figuratively speaking, like when we're in the team room, like at the end of the day, Hokie Nation is amazing. Like we have all the support in the world, but at the end of the day, like the ones who are going out and putting in the work, the ones who are in the meetings every day, the ones who are on that field on Saturday, like that's the guys that we got. And so whether it's going good, whether it's going bad, like you're with the same dudes, and that's the same dudes that you're also with in winter workouts when no one's around, and in the summer when we're here and no one else is here. And so just leaning on one another and making sure that we feed off of each other, whether that's just being steady or that's bringing extra energy when it's needed and we're kind of in a lull. But yeah, just I mean that's something that we preach every day is just like the guys that what we got is what we need, and so just sticking together through the highs, through the lows, through ebbs and flows. No matter what happens, just as long as we can stick together and just keep making incremental improvements, we know that we're going to be able to pull those investments out on Saturday. So yeah, just sticking together. That's the biggest thing that we just continue to preach from the coaches to the players to everybody. You're muted.
I was so taken aback by the good answer and the bar that you dropped. The highs and the lows, the ebbs and the flows. Did you do that on purpose?
I didn't. I wasn't trying to rhyme, but it was just like I said highs and lows, and then
even wanted to say that for a week.
Coach Bowen always says ebbs and flows, and so it clicked in my mind. And I said
I had to give you credit because I know in the back of your head you were just like, "Oh man, I gave a great answer and I gave a good rhyme."
That was good. As soon as I said that, I felt like Jalen Hurts. The way Jalen Hurts talks in press conferences, he just be talking in Instagram captions.
So, Stephen Gosnell, I mean, we don't really know each other, but I thought your last presser was very funny because everybody is saying like, man, every time this guy catches a ball, it's for a first down. And you get up there and you're just like, well, probably not every ball that I catch is a first down, probably not everyone. So I want to ask you, and perception is not always reality. It does feel like every ball you catch goes for a first down. How many of your 16 catches do you think have ended in first downs?
14.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I thought you were going to go lower than that. So I actually did the research. The correct answer is 12.
Okay.
But 2 of them were 1 yard short of a first down, and 1 of them were 2 yards short of a first down. So basically, you almost have 15.
Okay.
Pretty impressive.
I thought, okay.
So that's what we love about Stephen Gosnell. He catches first downs. Love first downs. What do we love about Tucker Holloway? Awesome punt returner, but it goes further than that. Tucker, on punt, I feel like you have 2 goals. I'm either going to score a touchdown or I'm voluntarily going to opt into a car crash with somebody that's 30 or 40 pounds heavier than I am at the end of every single punt. And to your credit, you take a very large hit from a very large human and you pop right up. So I just want to understand what's going through your brain when you do that, and how do you continue to do it over and over and over again?
Yeah, so for me, I remember last year my mindset in punt return. Uh, Honestly, they kind of just put me out there at first just to catch the ball because we needed a guy out there to consistently catch the ball. And so like last year, my whole mindset until like I had a good game, I scored was just kind of like me and the ball, just catch the ball, get it back to the offense. This year, it's kind of changed a little bit, just with maturity and getting older and knowing what's expected, and trying to make a big play. Like I tried to tell myself, like just be dangerous, like make a play. Like this is a great opportunity to make a play, and give my team a spark. And so I've taken a lot more chances this year than I did last year, where a lot of times, I just would have fair caught the ball. But yeah, no, I've gotten smacked a few times this year, and it's been great. It's one of those things that uh, I don't know. It's just it gets you going. It kind of wakes me up. And if let's say taking a chance, either I'm gonna get smacked or I'm gonna break a tackle. I'm gonna make a play and I'm gone. And so either way, like I don't mind either of those. They're fine. If I get smacked, it just wakes me up, gets me ready to go for the rest of the game. So yeah, I mean it being the punt returner, it's awesome. Everybody on the field is watching you, and you're in control. And it's being able to trust those other guys that they're going to get their job done, and then just trying to tell myself like just be dangerous and make a play. Give my team a spark. So yeah, I mean the goal is just to always return the ball. It gets shut down, and they do good at coverage sometimes, but in my mind, that's how it's kind of changed this year, and it's led to me getting smacked a few times. But I've loved every bit of it. Just trying to, yeah, like I said, be dangerous, make a play, give my team a spark, and that's the opportunity I've been given a lot. So yeah,
Time for fun. Rapid fire. Gonna let you guys go on your bye week, but we can't do this without rapid fire this week. Steven, you're gonna go first for all of these. So don't forget to go back on mute.
Yeah. I got you.
So rapid fire, what is the bye week activity this week?
Ooh, the bye week activity Saturday. I'm gonna be sitting on my couch all day watching college football, and then that night we got UFC 294, Usman versus Chimaev, and we got Islam versus Volkanovski.
I'm fired up that you are a UFC guy. My brother is huge on UFC, and I was like late to the party, and then I was like, wait, it really is the best sport out there.
It's so great. I'm addicted.
Tucker, same thing for you?
First of all, golf. Played golf today. Played at Auburn Hills. It's just I don't know, something about it for me. I think a lot of people play and they like just take it too seriously and actually get where they think they're having free time and taking a load off or putting a load on. But for me, I just go out there and just really have fun with it. Just enjoy it, relax, just have fun. And then when it comes to Saturday, I'll be doing pretty much the exact same thing that Steven's doing. I might even be at his house or we might be at my house. It's going to be a UFC party for sure Saturday night. So, yeah, definitely the same thing. Just going to try to get off my feet, relax a little bit, try to make sure we're getting our bodies back and getting ready for next week. So, yeah.
It's a good slate of college football this week, so it's a good one to sit on the couch and watch. What is the song of fall? I feel like in high school, it was a Meek Mill song. It would just take over the fall. It's always on the radio. The song of fall for me right now is More Than a Feeling by Boston. I've been just crushing that song all fall. But what has been y'all's song of the fall, Steven?
That's a good question. For me, I'm like, go ahead, Tug. I'm gonna think about this one.
I think that I don't know. I listen to so many different genres of music, but I'm gonna have to go with every fall. It gets me in that. I'm not gonna lie. I just completely had it, and then I blinked. I'm gonna go straight to my Spotify real quick. Yeah, that new Zach Bryan album. I gotta get. It's funny. Me and Steven actually we're roommates in the hotels the nights before games, and I bring my speaker and we just be listening to Zach Bryan. We had one of the pit game, the night game. We had like 3-hour break in the middle of the day. So we went outside and walked around in the grass, got some grounding, and played some Zach Bryan. So I feel like that's a go-to, like fall, cool
Tucker,
weather.
you're such a hippie. You really,
No, that's him.
Hey, what's crazy is he's got me on. I didn't know who he was like at the beginning, like in summer or nothing. And I started listening. I'm like, because I haven't liked country music for like 8 years, and I started listening to Zach Bryan. I was like, okay, he's good. So I would have
music. No, he's not a hippie because of the music. He's a hippie because hey, we had a 3-hour break, went outside, got some grounding.
Hey, listen. I put everyone onto the grounding. You gotta get your grounding going.
What is that? Sell me on grounding.
So yeah, you gotta like take your shoes off or anything. You gotta connect your feet to the earth. The way that like your electrons start moving and like energy throughout your body, it reduces inflammation. It literally makes you feel good. Like if you're drowsy, like it's a magical feeling. Like I notice it for sure. I try to do it every day. Most game days, I usually don't get a chance unless we're at the hotel at home and it's like an 8 p.m. game. I can go out there, throw my shoes off, get some grounding in.
How long do you have to ground?
I mean, it's literally like 5 minutes and you can like feel the effects.
I'm gonna go outside and ground tomorrow. That's a promise. Tomorrow I'm gonna go ground. No shoes, no socks.
With the leaves on the ground too, like today I felt even more energy to be honest.
Leaves add to the experience.
That's from my experience.
Okay. All right. I'll give that a shot. Did you come up with a song yet?
For me, like the song always since Little League for me, The Boys of Fall, Kenny Chesney.
Oh, that's a good one.
I listen to that song before every game.
I almost said that. I'm not lying. I really did almost say that.
I want to know. So Pat and I have had a debate. I like Zach Bryan. I really, really do. But Pat thinks that Pat thinks Lane Stadium should start playing Revival by Zach Bryan in the stadium.
That would be hard.
You think
so? He played it at Florida.
One of his live versions. Yeah,
because the studio version is too slow.
Studio version isn't good. If they did one of the live ones, that would get the crowd jumping.
I was tripping. I was wrong. They played it at Marshall, and the whole crowd was singing it. It was going crazy. I'm not lying. Somebody's already done that. They played it at Marshall, and everybody was singing.
I have to give Pat credit. He was an early adopter. He said we should do this like early August. I just think that the gap, like you have to have full adoption for it to be good. And it's so like, it's kind of like I don't want to call it a lullaby, but it's not really like, it's the totally other end of the spectrum from Enter Sandman. But if we did get full adoption, it would be good. Tucker, you've already played this game. Stephen Gosnell, dinner with 4 people. Dead or alive? Who are they? And where are you going?
Ooh, I like this. Dinner with 4 people, dead or alive. All right, I'm going Conor McGregor. I'm going JFK.
Wow.
Who else am I going with? I've said 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going dead or alive. Oh, what's his name? He was a Japanese samurai. Oh, I forgot his name. All right, we'll go to someone else. I can't think of his name. Dang, this is a hard question. Probably go.
Man, pick anybody.
I'm probably sorry.
I'll probably go. Supposed to be rapid fire.
Jerry Rice, and then 4th. So I'm sorry.
There's no wrong answer.
And then we're probably going Joe Rogan.
Okay, that's a fun group. Joe Rogan and JFK at a dinner together would be. You know what I mean? You don't even have to talk. You just listen to them 2 talk.
No. I wouldn't plan on talking.
No. Tucker, this is not a question. It's more of a statement. No one else will say it.
Do I gotta say where we're going to?
What do you mean? What?
Where we're going? I gotta say that too.
Oh yes, you're right. My bad, dude. Where are you going to eat?
We're going Fogo de Chao.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He knew where he wanted to go. He just didn't know who he wanted to bring.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go.
So Tucker, look, this is not a question. It's more of a statement. No one else will say it. I will. Look, not a ton of white punt returners out there. Just appreciate you holding it down. Trendsetter. Is there anybody that you have looked up to in that space? I mean, Wes Welker and Julian Edelman go on the podcast all the time.
Yeah.
And it's rarefied air. But is there anybody that you kind of look up to in that group, or you're kind of like the Buzz Aldrin of this, or whoever walked the moon first? I can't remember what his name was.
Shoot, that's sick. I do appreciate the compliment. That means a lot.
I mean, you got it.
Me and Steven try to put on for the people, but I would say more since I've gotten like a little bit later into college, I started watching a little bit more of the Julian Edelman. Also, since I'm number 11, like I don't know what it was, something about just kind of like we do the same thing. He's number 11. I never really paid attention to him too much because I low-key was a like Tom Brady hater when he was with the Patriots winning all the Super Bowls. But anyways, I started watching him a little bit more and just kind of I don't know, like you were saying, as he's gotten on to more podcasts and stuff like that, like he's a cool dude. I'll try to listen to some of his stuff and just see the way that he approaches the game. It's pretty cool. So I do appreciate the compliment though, trying to hold it down. We're going to try to make some more plays before the season's over. Just holding it down.
Halloween is coming up. What is the best and the worst trick or treat candy? Steven, we'll start with you.
Let me see here. Best, I guess we're going with Reese's. And then worst, if you're giving any like sour candy, like I don't like sour candy. I like chocolate and stuff like that.
Tuck.
Best candy? Man, the best candy, like I feel like you just can't go wrong with chocolate stuff at Halloween. I feel like I already love chocolate, but something about Halloween, having that chocolate, different Reese's, Hershey's, Snickers, Milky Way, all that good stuff, Twix. I don't know. I feel like I just love the chocolate stuff. Worst candy? Oh, I hate I can't stand coconut. Since I was a kid, like I remember I ate coconut on accident one time. Actually, because I thought it was chocolate, like Almond Joys or whatever.
You'll start to like Almond Joy. No, you'll start to like Almond Joy when you get older.
Yeah,
I didn't like it when I was younger.
You'll like it. But I just remember I thought it was a chocolate bar, and I ate it one time when I was a kid, and I could taste it. It was like coconut, and I threw up. I was like 10. Oh. Ever since then, it like ruined me on coconut. But I think I'm getting back to where.
Yeah, if you bite into an Almond Joy expecting it just to be chocolate, you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah,
you're gonna be upset.
Yeah,
that's upset. That's understandable. I'll say this isn't really candy, but in my town they used to hand out like spare change, like they'd give you like 13 cents, which I thought was kind of cheating. But I have to wonder if you go back now with inflation, they might be handing out like $10 bills. So I might need to dress up like a kid in a ghost costume.
Yeah, you need to go back home for that. See if they're still doing that gig.
Costumes. Anybody dressing up for Halloween? Or best costume that you've ever had?
Oh.
What's crazy is this is crazy, but I've never been trick-or-treating, so I've never had a costume.
Wow, you've never been trick-or-treating?
I've never been trick-or-treating. Not one time.
You should go this year. You should go over in Christiansburg, dress up, shave your beard. Actually, don't shave your beard and put a GoPro on. I'd actually think that would be really funny. I can't believe that. Never been trick-or-treating. Wow. Tucker, what about you?
Man, I definitely have been trick-or-treating. I can't really remember like all the different things I dressed up as a kid, but the one I remember because it was just like painful was I dressed up as like a mummy, but I can remember what we did was we like wrapped my entire body in toilet paper first. But then like to get it to stay on, we took like that white tape, like paint tape, I guess, the tape you put on walls, I don't know. And we like wrapped my whole entire body in that. But I just remember it ended up just being really painful because like I couldn't move at first, and then I was trying to like the tape was like sticking to me, and it was all over my head. We had tried to like put a ski mask on and then wrap it around my head, but it was a terrible idea. That's the only one I really remember, which means the other ones are probably just kind of, I don't know, a lot better chill. But I definitely did trick or treat growing up. I stopped a long time ago though.
Yeah.
I'll probably be sitting on the couch on Halloween, but
last two questions and we'll let you guys go. What is the biggest? I love this question. I did not come up with this, but I love this question. What is the biggest or most aggressive animal that you feel like you could beat hand to hand?
Oh.
The most aggressive that I could beat hand to hand.
And big or aggressive, just like the like the baddest animal you feel confident you could beat up.
Probably like a smaller cougar. Once it gets beyond that,
I don't know, bro.
I don't know, bro. A cougar is gonna dice you up.
If you get his neck, I think you're fine.
And if he gets your neck, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
if you grab its neck, it's clawing your face.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's true. Shoot, it'd have to probably be a dog then.
Even a dog. I mean, you just stick your fist down its throat, So I guess. I got chased by a pit bull in Florida when I was visiting my brother.
I say this because I saw a video of a dude actually like strangle a cougar. So I was like, okay.
So you were like, I could do. Well, when you watch the fights on Saturday, are you gonna if Machia or whatever knocks somebody out? You're like, oh, I could do that.
That dude may have been a very well trained like black belt jiu-jitsu or something.
What kind of internet are you on where you're watching people strangle cougars? I want to know what websites.
Hey,
what
dude, you never know what you're coming.
Some crazy tweets.
I don't know what I come across.
Tucker, what about you? He's gonna say
that's
something.
That's a great
like,
question.
I'm one with nature. I would never fight an animal.
Heck no, that's the opposite of me. I killed my first bear when I was 7, man. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
So not a bear though, that's for sure. I mean, probably we're talking about aggressive animals.
Like the animal knows that it's killing you or you're killing it.
We're getting in a fight. Yeah. It's one or the other. Somebody's dying.
Kangaroo.
No,
shoot, bro. Kangaroo. Those things are freaking crazy.
You. Yeah.
Also, the dude took his dog back from one the other day.
Yeah.
He didn't kill it though.
To kill him.
He didn't kill it. He took his dog.
Size of average.
I mean, I don't know. It's going to end up, I'm sure, just being like a dog or something. Because I can't think of any like aggressive animal like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think a cougar, like when you're talking about some type of cougar, small cougar, I think that's kind of like you got a chance there. It's going to dice you up. You're going to be cut up, but there's a chance that you can, I don't know.
So just a heads up. Just a heads up, Steven. A full-grown kangaroo is 8 feet tall and weighs 200 pounds, and they can fly. Like this is it's literally gonna stand on its tail. It's gonna kick you in the face. Like I don't know.
We'll scratch that one.
I don't know about that. All right, last question I have for you guys, and I appreciate y'all's time. Thank you so much. Last podcast, you mentioned how the white girls would love an acai bowl shop in Blacksburg. Well, you know what the white girls are loving right now. It is pumpkin spice lattes. Are you all in or out on seasonal coffees, and which one is your favorite?
Actually, we got a little coffee machine in our coach's lounge, so I go in there and get my coffee, and it was like one of the Starbucks flavored like pumpkin K-cups. It's like, I'll try this out. Let's see what it's about, and it was actually pretty fire. So I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to try that K cup out because I haven't had a pumpkin spice latte since I don't know. It's got years. The ones that I've had, I don't remember how long ago it was that I had it, but it was just too much for me. Um, I just like a good coffee with just maybe like 2 sugars or something in it. So and maybe a cream. But yeah, I'm not a big like crazy sweet coffee guy. Here and there I get some, but seasonal stuff, I'm not big on it, but I don't know. I haven't tested the waters enough to actually say yes or no. Like I don't think I have enough credibility there.
So it could be negative 50 degrees outside, and I'm a cold coffee guy. If you if you want to try something, but you don't want to be overpowered by the sweetness, pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks is fantastic. I would go try that out. Y'all can do better than the K cups now. Come on, we can't be raving about K cup coffee here.
Hey, we both had Starbucks today. Me and Steven had Starbucks today.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like when I'm Starbucks, I'm very superstitious about my order though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one order.
We got to support local though. You guys got to go down to Mill Mountain. I don't even know if we have another chain one, but I go to Starbucks on in Blacksburg too. So anyway, guys, super fired up. I've had a ton of fun in Lane Stadium the last 2 weeks. Let's make it 3. I can't wait to go to Syracuse. Keep up the awesome work, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Appreciate you.
Heck yeah, we'll see y'all there Thursday night. Can't wait.
Yes,
Appreciate you for having us.